Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. And welcome back, Bluey.
Back again.
Back again.
Supporting the blokes.
Yeah, supporting the blokes. Yeah, exactly. And but now, today, you're going to have a chance to dish on the women. The girls.
Dish on the women? Woohoo!
Girls. Well, seeing that, as you know, men have been terribly underserviced regarding relationship advice. And so I've been concentrating a lot on the men, just to kind of make amends, so to speak.
Make a what?
Amends.
Amends?
No, I love the blokes. But then now, after helping the blokes...
well, you're getting a lot of bad comments from women.
Yeah, well, it's kind of now it's a bit of their turn. And kind of like, like what I've been doing is trying to get the guys to actually really think about what they need and assessing and choosing the women.
Yeah,
see,
rather
that's
than
helping.
just what they want, rather than just what they desire with the eye.
Desire with the high, like, what do we little kids desire? Eating ice cream all day, but is that good for them? What do they?
It's good at the time.
Average person desires pizzas and hamburgers and so forth. And,
and soda drinks or whatever.
Soda drinks and then pay for it later. Good at the time.
Yeah.
But
when the body falls apart.
Mm-hmm. What they really need is cow salad.
Yay, cow salad.
Woohoo! Wait, you have a cow salad. All right.
Let's go out for dinner, love.
Yeah. Well, we're having cow salad. Your favourite.
This is what life with me is going to be like in the future.
Cow salad.
Kale ice cream.
No, really. Just tapping, pointing out to the guys that, look, the differences in people that you date and you marry, And so seriously, if you're dating with a view to long term, I know no one. I guess men don't really think about, okay, I'm going to date and I'm finding my future wife, so to speak. They don't do that.
No, they don't.
They don't do that. They kind of like, get into that crowd but really think about
she'll do for the meantime until the good one comes along.
You don't really think that?
Maybe.
You know that? Yeah, but then they have to know what's a good one. I mean, lots of men overlook the good ones and then complain.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
But I think women are really good at concealing it.
Yeah, but now really women, remember the old adage as the people that you date and the people that you actually marry. Yeah, differences. So women, by and large, want to marry. True.
Yeah,
but
it seems that way.
It seems that way.
Every woman wants marriage.
What marriage, even if they don't admit it. Okay, but to get to marriage, you have to really think. You can't. What you can do to make yourself marriage material. Fall into the other group. Yeah. Not just the people you date group, but the people you marry group.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Because it's clear that there's some women out there that, like men, you say, no, I never want to get married or whatever, but when you see a certain one or whatever.
That's so great.
It's so great.
Like you can't
let her get away.
Get away, slipper. Then a woman like that will never come get. Yeah, well, it's unlikely.
Come around very often. Rare.
You're very rare and may not come around a woman like that again. Chance meeting or whatever. Yeah, so you want to be, if you after marriage, like most women are, almost every woman is, even if they don't admit it. But they have to then think about, why would someone want to pick you then? Kind of like you would have to make yourself marriage material. One thing is demanding men be such and such. Another thing that, you have to look at yourself.
Yeah, there seems to be all these demands, what the men must be like and what they must be earning and how tall they must be. And
And so like
and,
that. Look,
and all these things. There's all these criteria. It's all ticked off. The boxes is checked.
Okay,
Whereas men don't really have the same thing for women.
Yeah.
She works at McDonald's. That's fine. She's a hairdresser and a thing for, this much an hour.
So
that's fine.
Really, look, women say men won't commit, but are women today even dating in a way that inspires commitment? You see?
That's
and
right.
So tonight we're going to discuss how women can improve, attract better men, and keep those men, and create the kind of relationship that leads to marriage. Not by manipulation, but by becoming the kind of woman men want to marry, not just date. So the official topic is how women can improve to attract, keep, and inspire men to marry them. And as you see, look, it's very relevant because modern dating has become harder, not easier. Yeah.
So it appears.
Yeah, it really. It's hard. You've got people not knowing what they want. Really, I say many women want marriage, but feel frustrated by men who won't commit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you wonder why. You can't order a man to commit, and just because you're dating someone, you can't expect him to commit.
Yeah.
Because look, if you were a shoe on the other foot, if a woman was you're just dating, you might think, oh, not serious. You're not going to be looking at marrying the first man you marry, or any particular man that you date, or like a certain quota of men that you date before you want to marry that man. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And the one thing blocking it is that society telling women to pursue careers, independence, and personal empowerment. You've heard of that term? Empower yourself, be empowered. Often at the cost of connection, femininity, and relationship skills. Something's got to give way. Pursuing that, then you neglect one thing, then you can neglect something else. In this case, when you're pursuing independence and so forth, it has a price. Look, feminism has taught women to view men with suspicion rather than appreciation.
True. And it may be valid in many instances because men are adventurers. They look upon this world as a playground. And the women folk of this world are largely the playground objects.
Playground objects, yeah.
And so they're looking to play on them, type of thing. And so...
That's unfortunate, but that's true, yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like... but dating apps, it seems to me, has destroyed... Because I remember before dating apps, before internets and mobile phones... You used to go out somewhere with your mates and get all done up, and then you hope that you'll meet someone, And it was like, oh, maybe tonight I can meet someone and all this and whatever, and you put your best clothes on and sort of try to smell good and whatever, and went out there like a battleground.
Yeah, and when you do meet someone.
Yeah, it's like, then it's so hard to
meet. So you appreciate the matches that you meet, don't you?
But now, it's like, I've never been on these dating apps. But
you can imagine.
But I know that there's an old adage, but to swipe left or swipe right or whatever, you just bypass the next one. Next. Oh, she's good. Boom. And you whatever.
And what is that based on appearance,
well,
wasn't it?
What it is that I remember a few guys that were telling me that they were on it. And one guy had 30 dates in a month. One date every single night for a whole month. So there was no second dates. It was a new date every single night for a month.
He wanted to do it this way, or
he just wanted new dates every night.
Dates every month,
every single night.
He wasn't just after finding a good one.
Well, that's what, for the most part, men are adventurers. And so it's like once they have that one and they've been out with one or whatever, next.
Just for the sake of it, whether or not that was good or not.
Whereas women are more so like they're looking for a long term.
For a purpose.
Yeah, for a long term.
There are women that do date just to get free dinners.
Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them do.
They do that. Mostly the younger ones that don't need marriage. They have more time. They say all the time.
Until the clock sort of ticks and go,
once it's 30, then okay, better stop doing that.
Better stop doing that.
Better take this seriously.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, yeah?
Because, one woman said, oh, well, if I want to have my first child at 28, okay, then I need to be married at what, 26?
Yeah.
You know, I need to have like a couple of years dating with someone prior to.
Yeah.
So I've sort of got to look at getting married around about 26.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to be with a man about 2 years prior to getting married. You know, so I'm looking at round about, you know, so I'm looking now, so 26 has gone down to 24. And then if I'm in a relationship and usually it's gone down 2 years, 3 years, and the first one ends,
then you got to start again.
and then you got to start again. So if I meet someone at 23, spend 3 years with them, that's 26. And then I meet somebody else and I've got to spend 2 years with them, that's 28. I'm already pushing it. Oh no, she says, I've got to start moving right now to find someone. Because nearly every first relationship will go 2 or 3 years and then end.
Before,
and then they go out to find another one that's going to be longer term. They've sort of learned their mistakes or whatever during that first 2 years of cutting their teeth, so to speak. So all of that's a bit alarming for a young female. And I think that a lot of the times nowadays they don't actually do them mathematics.
They're not doing the maths. They're
not
they have
doing
all
the
the
sums.
time in the world.
All the time in the world.
When they're in
and
their
then
20s.
they get panicked
Once
when
hit
they
30.
suddenly get that fear moment, and then they're no longer being looked at the same way. Because I think that there's a point in our age, especially women, because women are in the mirror a lot.
Yeah.
They're putting on paint on their face, war paint or whatever it is. They're dressing up to be attractive to the eye. Have you noticed? Like the skirt, the clothes and all that.
Because
men want to dress well as well.
Because it works.
It works. It definitely works. And high heels shoes and all that. They're around for a reason. They do work. They do attach attention.
Even if it's not anything sexual, it's still elegance, you know, and class.
Yeah.
But like I say, you see a woman in heels versus a woman in flats. Automatically, there's a different type of energy.
There's a different type of energy.
And also, for yourself,
or a
different
bloke in a
perception.
suit with, pair of thongs and a stubbies or whatever.
Yeah. So you can't blame them.
Yeah.
You're dressing up then.
But dating has changed.
Yeah.
Dating has
changed.
definitely changed.
But you know what? What feminism has done is
well, they've got angry about it.
Yeah, they're making partnership feel like a competition instead of a union.
Yeah, they got angry about it.
You know,
well, if you think about most leftists, when they have these outbursts and they go things, and the Karens, we've all seen them, and everybody goes, "Oh, horribly!" Like, go for they laugh when they get degraded.
Yeah.
And serves you right, you bitch, type of thing like that. Yeah. And but for the most part, these people are just not being heard.
No.
And they're just desiring to be heard. They're longing to be heard. They feel like they've got a voice to say something, and yet nobody even pays them any mind. You see, and I think that's what the reaction is. A lot of women.
Yeah.
This craziness that we're seeing now, they're erupting. Why? Because there's no getting any attention. Nobody's listening to them. Nobody hears them. Nobody thinks. They go by themselves. They go back by themselves. They go to work by themselves. They come back by themselves.
You see, this is the thing
and
about
it's like it's a lonely environment.
Aiming for independence, you see. This is
and then they get angry about it.
That their life
because
is like
nobody's here to love me. Nobody here. Nobody acknowledges me. Nobody acknowledges anything I say or anything like that. And then they become into anger. And then
blame.
And then that wears an ugliness. That resonates ugliness.
So
and that ugliness
lady living with
repels
cats
more. It's a repellent. It's a repellent. So the woman in that position, she's actually got to dig deep and become more happy, more spontaneous,
so that she's more attractive.
Yeah, that's right. You've got to bring an energy to your life. You've got to bring
bitter,
something.
Right? Otherwise, you get bitter.
I heard an old adage once. It was like an old statement once. I was in this course, and it says, the problem with most people in this world is they try to be interesting.
Rather than interested.
The key is to be interested. So you're interested in a topic matter and you're really into it. And then people go, oh, what's that about? Whoa. They want to know what you're what you're looking at. There, see, even if you're in the shopping center, you know, and you pick up some product and you start reading it, have you ever noticed that everybody else wants to do it too?
Yeah.
you're at the hardware store or something. You always find out, hang on a minute, there was nobody here before. And there's all these people looking at the same thing as you.
Yeah.
It's because you're interested, you see. But if you try to be interesting, you're the center of it all. I'm the center of the party, you see. I'm the life of the party. Here's everything, and it's and there's where the ugliness comes out. So, what does a woman need to do instead of that bitterness and reaction?
The thing
you have to become interested in something, and make that interested something so magnanimous that it's so appealing to other people.
But the problem is women are at the moment rejecting men who don't meet 100% of their checklist. You know how I say what they want? They've got all
Yes,
these
how big are you? It's
and
the
then
height.
She wants all the 100%, while men historically commit to women who meet their top 20 to 30% of needs.
Yeah, that's right.
And that what are they? There's normally youth, kindness, loyalty, feminine softness. Would that be correct?
Yeah,
Would that be
definitely.
accurate? Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's what men are really looking for deep down. Mm-hmm. It's that softness.
Yeah, but women must decide, are they going to follow their own desires or the feminist script they were handed?
Just to interject there, I recall once many years ago, I was overseas in this place that was quite, I mean, I was in 5-star hotels and all that, but I was outside. You're taking your life in your own hands. So they provided me with a bodyguard, you see.
Oh,
and
it was a dangerous
and this
country.
bodyguard, everywhere I went, there was bodyguards, and it was insane.
Yeah.
But these bodyguards looked like they could chew you up. And they looked like they could pull your arms and legs off, you know.
Oh, really?
And I remember one of them, he was a really nice guy, but he was pretty aggressive with some other people. I noticed, and people was really scared of him type of thing. I noticed there was a group of people.
Is that a requirement of the job?
No, it was just that I think they had to show some authority, whatever. With me, he was the nicest person you could ever hope to meet. But with everybody else, you would think, oh my goodness, he was like a one of them sergeant majors or whatever that would scream. And I remember him one day, he went out on a date with a girl he's intending on marrying, but he got a day off to go out on the date with her. And when he came back, his whole face had changed. There was a softness and a happiness, and it was like he was soft.
Oh,
and I said, you see what women do to you? He said, and he's laughed and he smiled and he says, yeah, they make you nice, or something like that. He says, but women keep the man on the side of good, you see. And so we had this hard man, like he looked like Mr. T from the A-Team, you know, the ones that would look like Mike Tyson, you know. And then after spending an afternoon with this lady friend, he came back and I saw him and I spent the evening, and it was like he was so soft.
Yeah. Women civilized men.
He touched, he was touched.
Yeah.
And so I think that is a major gift that women can bring to a man.
Yeah. That's
you can
what
calm the angry tide. She can bring a level of stability down, and that'll make so that a man's not moving on the basis of an emotional reaction. He's moving on the basis of some logical sort of...
But you know what? Now feminists are telling women, to be like that. Instead of to calm that down, you need to be like that. You want to be like that.
Yeah, but again, the feminists are really held up in this anger issue for the most part.
I guess
and again, it's because they're not being heard, they're not loved, they're not seen, they're not being heard, they're not being
so they're taking
acknowledged. So what do? They go into reaction and they bring forth and they shout louder. Yep. You see, because they're not being heard. They shout louder.
You know what?
If you probably took some of them aside and then sat down with them and spent the day with them and these things and then got to the core of it, they might find that they're actually quite a nice person under there.
But you know what? More often than not, if you look at those feminists, they're unattractive.
Well, they've been wounded, visually unattractive.
Visually unattractive.
Yeah, because you know why? It's because the inside becomes the outside in our lives. If you look at it, you can just go around the streets of, you know how you say the people used to do this thing called people watching? and you would sit in a coffee shop or whatever and
Study
watch
the people kind of
watch
thing,
the people going by, and you can sort of know what's in their lives and how they're happy, what they've got going on. And you can see sadness in people's eyes. You can see happiness. You can see all these traits that people carry on and walk around with them. And for the most part, one thing that many of us know is that if somebody's really ugly on the inside, such as hatred and angry and vile spewing out about nearly everything that they come in contact with, you'll see that they're outside of that person. I think the old adage is the epitaph and the face become one. You see, the picture of Dorian Gray with that old famous play by Oscar Wilde, and where Dorian Gray was one of the most evil men in the world.
I thought Dorian Gray was that 50 Shades of Grey character.
No, that's...
Christian Grey.
You're just 50 Shades of Grey in the mind, like most women. But let me get back to that Dorian Gray story just to finish that off.
Yeah.
So Dorian Gray, the picture of Dorian Gray was a famous play by the great writer Oscar Wilde.
Yeah, okay.
In the 18th century, and he wrote this play, and the play was based upon this man who was tremendously wealthy, but he was one of the most evil men in the world. And what he did was he had this spell or whatever, this genie out the bottle, that all his hatred inside of him, all the anger and the hatred and all the ugliness inside of him would not be affected on his face. His face outwardly looked young and youthful. But you know what changed and grew more ugly as time went on? The picture of Dorian Gray. So someone drew a picture of him, and the picture aged. The picture became ugly and vile. He kept his young good looks and youthfulness, even though he was dirty on the inside.
Yeah.
He was the thing. And so the story is that when he unveiled this painting, the painting per each and every day become uglier and uglier and more monstrous, you see, whereas he kept on that youthful look. And then one day it was all revealed and it all got reversed, and then he took it all on or whatever. I can't quite remember how the end of the story goes. But the moral of the story is that when you have that ugliness inside, when you have that hatred inside, and you're bitter on the world like a Karen or like these leftist women or whatever, then the outwardness reveals that ugliness. Yeah.
Okay.
The outwardness. So if you've got in your psychology, in your own mind, if you're a beautiful person and you're a lovely person, usually the face will show that beauty, will reflect it, will radiate it.
Well, the soul inside, but
the soul outside radiates through. But when the ugly ones, like alcoholic, or the ones that go in the street, and they scream out and they burst out with some expletive language that's shocking or whatever, screaming at the top of the voice. If you look at their faces, or you look at what their body type is like, it's really quite ugly.
You see, that's what give rise to face reading, is you realize the face shows up a lot of the person health, mental capacity as well.
Yep.
Okay, and also
happiness,
the heart, happiness,
and also
hardness.
can they handle hard situations? Like a hard situation arises, you can see it on the face. Do they tense up? Do they do they hold a tension about that?
Yeah.
Is there a tension held within the body of form? And you can see that on the face. Or are they quite calm and relaxed and quite easeful about things? Because pressures are going to come in life. Pressures are going to come knocking on the doorstep.
People with mental health issues, can they
handle it
as well?
Can they handle it when the problems arise?
Yeah.
It's all right when everything's going well, but until death do us part or something. What's it called? For better or worse or something? Yeah. Well, for the most part, the better is women can handle that quite well.
Yeah.
For the most part, in marriages, they can handle the better. But when it comes to the worse, then this is not what I signed up for. Bye-bye.
But have both sides as well, not just women, but men as well.
Not just women, it's men as well. And that demographic has changed a lot for men. First and foremost is men don't know their position in a relationship.
But also, when they say alpha male and beta male, far more beta men than there are alpha men.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's why, like I say, you've got one captain in the whole team. That's the thing. How many team members versus how many captains? You see?
Yeah.
That's a pretty.
Well, there's no I in team, but there's certainly me.
Yeah. But so really, before we go to a bit of a break, I mean, look, with marriage rates declining, it's time for women to reflect on what truly leads to long-term happiness. Really think about what would make you happy, ladies, rather than following the script, being told what would make you happy. Mm-hmm.
And men as well.
And
men
as
have
well,
got things
but
because what men don't fail to realize is that men should really be looking. Men need to serve the consciousness of the female. Women is the lower coil; she's the Mother Earth. Men are the higher coil, the upper coil, and so it's men's position to help to raise women up from the lower coil to the higher coil, and then also for women to ground men into the earth. Because men are up in the head. You see, and whereas women are more grounded.
No, I would say women are more with emotions.
Well,
it is.
Yeah, women are definitely.
Actually,
women are definitely more emotional than men. There's no doubt there.
I'm making an argument.
But that's the earth, isn't it?
Yeah.
The earth is emotional. If you look at it, there's the tides of the sea. That's emotion, energy in motion. Emotion, energy in motion, and so the tides and all of that. The earth is emotion.
Though I'll have to just say, I'll think in some situations it's the opposite. Women are up with the feelings up in the air, and men are more the realists, keeping it grounded, keeping things real. You might like it. That's an ideal. You see how many, in artistic world, more women and so that.
True. And then women get into these mental sort of miasmas and angst and all that.
Idealism.
And you know what? A bloke comes along and goes, snap out of it. Don't be silly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're grounded then. It's like women go, oh, you're right. It's like so.
You look and see like how many left in the left is majority women on the left, and not only that.
And guess what? They get done.
They're willing to throw other women under the bus.
Yeah, of course.
If it suits their agenda.
Yeah.
Proving their point.
Yeah.
They don't like other women.
But the thing is, when you look at and examine these people, how functional are they in real life? What do they bring to the table in real life? Do they invent anything?
No,
do they bring any program that can help humanity or accelerate humanity's,
Well, all the feminists from their ivory tower sprouting saying,
virtually
we're
nothing.
Women to be
They bring virtually nothing. They don't bring any great literature. They don't bring any any new revelation about human existence that
They go and deface statues.
Okay, they go and deface statues. So,
So, they do not, I agree with you, those people are not productive.
Yeah, well, they don't bring any level of functionality, you see. They bring argument, they bring sort of a sentiment, but they're not really winging themselves any favours. The only new club members that they seem to get is more people that are deranged.
And I have to say, regarding the feminists, when I say that most of them are unattractive, conventionally unattractive, there's more of those that unfortunately, look, being unattractive.
And they hate good-looking women. Have you noticed?
Yeah, let me say,
they hate them.
Unattractiveness is a social disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, and because they face that, then they become the feminists. A lot of them, in order to justify saying, you don't need beauty or, to try to elevate themselves up.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that's why
it's unattainable for them, so that they.
That's the reason.
So they're trying to convince the world that they're actually. I think there was
that they've got value, they've got worth.
They convinced the world that the new supermodels that were selling all these products on magazines and billboards or whatever other forms of media are now replaced by the giant
The land
ones
whales. They call them the land whales. You heard of Victoria's Secret? Those Victoria's Secret fashion shows? And that was like a pinnacle of modelling, very eliteness, and that's a fantasy. And then with all these complaints from feminist group and the left group, they shut it down and they replaced it with lesbian football players, very large women. They're saying, women that inspire kind of thing. Guess what? The sales tanked. They don't get it is because they're saying, you get rid of those glamour models because they make ordinary women feel bad. So no, the reverse is that is an ideal, a fantasy, an aspiration. Women, you're selling a fantasy of people with, if I buy that bra, maybe I'll, get some of that energy. I'll look that attractive and so forth. And men like looking at that. So I was a pretty girl. So everyone actually enjoyed it, not just men. Women enjoyed those lingerie fashion shows as well.
Well, that's probably the biggest audience was other women.
Yeah, for other women. And by shutting it down, you've just cut off the fantasy. Then the underwear becomes pretty ordinary. So why would anyone want to buy that underwear? You've lost the aspiration.
Well, when you can fit three people into one, it loses its appeal, doesn't it? That sexuality or sensuality is suddenly diminished.
Yeah, it's just almost like saying the Olympics is the pinnacle of human ability, showcase what the human body is capable of. Like I think that runway was seen as the pinnacle of female beauty. What they were doing. I
saw that there was this YouTube short video, and there was one that was like a supermodel woman, and she was walking through the airport or some place like that, and the camera was watching all the people who look at her.
Yeah.
And they had it all the men that were sort of looking through their eyes and couldn't wait to turn their head around. They were nearly all the men turned around.
Yeah.
But the women,
were they looking
they were
at anger?
Anger, like the daggers. And you know what? I'd actually experienced that myself once before because I dated like a supermodel.
Yeah.
And I saw it with my own eyes. Women hate them. Other women hate them. And every guy wants to be there. And I remember it once, and it was so bizarre. I thought, what a curse it is to be so good looking. In a way,
advantage in life.
It's a huge advantage, and there's a lot and it's very desirous to most people. Everybody's looking to be that ultimate beauty perfection. But when you're actually in it and get it, and then you see the vitriol that's leveled against you, it's not as desirable as you initially, unless you're living in a world full of men. Well, or the opposite sex.
That's why what you've got, you need to capitalize on that in life.
I remember once I got this Mercedes convertible car. It was the first in Australia, that one. And it had this push button that the top came down, and it was by itself, and it all folded in by itself. And virtually at that time, there was no car like that. And so I was going around in the city and pressing the top, and then it was going up and down. And you know what I noticed? Nearly every woman wanted to jump in to the car. Yeah. And every man really was angry. Daggers at you. Yeah. And it was like, God, it's like, And so you've got the women wanting to jump in, and you've got the men really not liking it, liking you.
The women admiring
aggressive.
it, because they're competing. Yeah. Competition all comes down to sexual competition.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite animalistic, isn't it?
Sexual competition. Women, daggers, compete with other women, and men compete with other men for mates.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's in the animal kingdom, isn't it? Yeah. It's all through the animal kingdom. Everything is there. You can see everything through the animal kingdom. Yeah. This one's got his own pride or whatever. It's got his harem. And another bloke wants it all, and he's willing to chop him up to get to it. Even if it means he gets chopped up and just by trying. So it's endless good music.
the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly.
Whoa.
Where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again.
Great again. Dun, 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 dun.
I've got to find that. Pull that out. All right. How can women make themselves marriageable, inspire men to marry them? Well, the first thing is very basic. Women must actually like men. It sounds like a duh kind of thing, but you can see a lot of anger from a lot of women. Yeah, towards everyone and towards men,
well,
and resentment,
but
then expect to marry as well. To marry them.
A lot of women have they say, "Oh, I'm best friends with men. Like I'm closer to men than what I am with women."
Yeah, some men
a
that
lot of women
because
say
you
that.
know why? Because there's no competition. It's
Right.
gone. Yeah, no.
There is a lot of bitchiness behind the scenes, isn't there?
Yes.
Like, and a lot of men, you know what? For the most part, they've got no idea.
Yeah. With the
They've
women,
got no idea that this goes
There is
on.
no the image of the myth of the sisterhood of women and all that. No, it's competition, catfight.
You think that butter wouldn't melt in their mouth? Had no idea that women were like that.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Look, I would say many women do desire men, but don't like them. You know what I mean?
Well,
but desire men,
like
they want men to marry them, but at the same time, it's
like a competitiveness.
kind of thing. So, it's competition.
Yeah.
You know why? Because feminism has framed men as threats.
Yeah.
Oppressors, disposable, replaceable.
Yeah.
You heard of that? Kind of like,
I haven't actually.
You can do better than him. You heard of that type of line, yeah?
Well,
kind of thing?
that's one thing that most men do know about is that when women go and meet with their friends over a Chardonnay lunch, they come back with different notions.
Yeah.
What was it?
Pre-notions.
Pre-notions, yeah. And also a level of entitlement.
Yeah. Because
do you know that you're entitled to
this, and this?
Yeah. And if you leave them, you get everything. Mm-hmm. You know, be a career divorcer. You know, that's where you make money.
How many other women's friends have actually, instead of encouraging, get what you can out of him, actually say, how can you help him?
I know.
You know, how many women actually
do that? How many do that? They're only going there to get educated in how to rip people off or what, I don't know, but yeah, why don't they, come back with better concepts about, I met with my girlfriends today and there's this, she does this and her guy excelled because she did this. I'm going to start doing that for you.
Yeah, or she encouraged.
When are you going to meet them again for lunch?
Yeah, the thing is, she encouraged me to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many women encourage you to work, and you know what? You should work together with your husband.
Yeah.
You know how many women say that to their friends?
No, it's all about if you get divorced, all you need is this and this and this. I know a great lawyer.
Yeah.
Or they've all got their. It's like an agenda. I don't know, but. It's bizarre, isn't it?
It goes towards what I can get out of it. What for me, the selfishness. The inwardly, looking towards the self.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can't remember. This is just very general and applies to everything. You cannot attract what you secretly resent or you fear. It comes out, doesn't it?
Well, fear attracts more fear.
Fear, but resentment, people.
Well, that also attracts more. It's the negative spiral.
It repels.
Yeah, it's a negative spiral.
Look, and look, am I right to say that men marry women who admire them, not compete with them?
Women, say that again.
Men marry women who admire them, not compete with them. Yeah, yeah. Why would
definitely.
you want to bring a competitor?
If you're bringing in a competitor, yeah.
To share your life and keep competing with you in the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's an antagonism.
It's antagonism. You want people to actually. Why is it admiring? This is the thing. Another thing feminists flip on. They said, they have such a big egos and so forth that they need admiration. It's a human thing. When someone admires you, they see value in you, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone sees value in me, of course you want to be with that person. It's a pleasant. Then it's a pleasant.
Well, there's also, it brings in a level of a feeling of security.
Yeah.
So I'm admired. I'm less likely that she's going to go and dump me for the handyman.
Yeah. Or the milkman, or no more milkman nowadays. You know. But really, you know, women must, to be that type of woman, women must relearn appreciation, admiration, feminine softness, and partnership. Remember, what is a marriage? A marriage is a partnership. So you need to be partnership material. Wouldn't you? Yeah?
You do.
Yeah, and feminine softness. I mean, men are hard as it is. Why would they want another man? Unless it's gay, but they're gay, but then
No
that's
thanks.
a difference. But, you know, most men, well, if they select a woman, they don't want a woman that acts like another man, do they?
No.
What's the point?
No, you don't. You want a woman that brings in a level of femininity.
Femininity, something they don't have.
Yeah.
Just as women.
Exactly right.
I want a masculine man.
Yeah.
Because it's something that
She
women
doesn't
are not.
have. Yeah, that's right.
This is just a human thing. Yeah, you want something that you don't have.
Yeah.
If you have it, then why would you want it?
Yeah. Well,
So-
otherwise, I mean, for example, you know, blokes like the same things, like footy and this, and they'll watch the same things. Well, it would, you know, it would be sort of behoove us to think that, well, men belong with men, you know, because they like the same things with them. But there's this urge to be with the opposite partner.
Yeah, the
there's
yin,
this urge.
the yang wants a yin,
And it's
the
beautiful.
yin wants a yang.
Yeah, and it's a compliment.
Yeah, it's a
You
compliment.
know,
Just as-
the woman has a skill set. The woman has things that the man simply doesn't possess, and vice versa.
and vice versa. Absolutely.
And then the two become
One.
as one as a team.
As a
you
team,
know.
then you've got more skills that you
You've
would
got more skills.
other one have, more
Yeah.
resources and more ability.
Yeah.
Just having like two hands instead of one.
Yeah.
But very important that you have a right hand and a left hand, not a right hand and present it with another right hand. I mean, what's the point?
But when we look around society, there's very few people that treat a relationship like a team.
Yeah,
There's very, very few.
And you know, this is one thing I had, like I said, tradition. I have a gripe about parents is no one's not teaching the children.
Yeah.
But they've lost the meaning of what a marriage really is. If you know that it is a partnership, then you would act accordingly. Hopefully, presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you work you've got the same objective.
You've got the same
see.
objective, and that's also coming towards men. I have to say, choosing someone that would actually go along with it in your journey. Have the tools to help you in your journey.
You've got to choose right.
You have to choose.
And you've got to be clear on your own objectives.
on your journey. What are you trying to achieve?
What are you
do
trying to
want
achieve?
get?
What are you trying to get here?
Where do you want to get at? And so then you choose a partner
Yeah.
that will help you get there
Yeah.
sooner,
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
It's like a vehicle. You've
It's like a
chosen.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Like we went through it. Okay, the second bit is why rejecting feminism matters. I mean, look, feminist ideology teachers, what do they teach? You don't need a man. That's the first thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and secondly, marriage is a trap. Okay, you don't want marriage. It's a trap. I mean, men hold women back, you know. Without him, you can be the top CEO. Okay, but with him, you'll only be the secretary. They hold you back from being instead, by having to go home and cook his meals and so forth, and raise his kids. You don't want that. You want to be a CEO, and that independence is everything. Yeah, strong, independent woman. That's why
Yeah.
they keep pushing strongly. You don't need anyone.
Yeah.
However, humans are wired for partnership, aren't we?
There's an emptiness.
There's an emptiness. I mean, like we're companionship. At the end of the day, people want companionship. If nothing else, that's a base level. And then, well, you want someone to actually care about you and give a damn about you
Yeah.
in life.
Well, you want to know that somebody's got your back.
Got it back because look,
Come hell or high water, doesn't matter what is going on.
yeah.
That person's got your back.
And as much as your parents might love you, you've got a separate life. You're not going to want to live with them. And besides, they're older and they're not going to be around.
Yeah.
You know, So
Well, the position changes
the position
when we're
changes.
adolescent. We're dependent upon the parent.
Yeah.
And then that changes, and then we seek and desire,
other things
to go
that
solo.
beyond your parents.
And then the parents get older, and then all of a sudden you have to.
Have to look after,
you have
keep an
to-
eye for them.
Yeah.
They can't do it. But so then who's going to give a damn about you? I mean, if you get along with your siblings, they have their own lives.
Yeah.
You know, they can
They
do
got their
with
own kids, and they got their own
kids and all
problems.
that.
and-
So who's gonna give a damn about you then? Who's gonna be around for you? Look,
What a sullen story.
yeah, and look, rejecting feminism doesn't mean giving up ambition. Right? It means releasing hostility towards masculinity.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
has to happen, doesn't
Yeah.
it? You
Well,
have to release that hostility.
Hostility, because that's the one that everyone would agree that feminism has an anger towards men and teaching to stay away from men. Really comes to it, and that's why they don't want women to marry. Why do you have to marry? Saying that's a trap. You don't want to be tied down with a marriage, tied down to a man. Yeah, the familiar lines, familiar sayings. Yeah. And so, why do you need to reject men to be ambitious? So women might ask, the feminist belief, I mean, is this belief helping me create the life I actually want? Do you really want what the feminists are saying that you want? Really think about it. That's what they've been told. You're being told that you want. You want a career. You don't want a family. Oh, heaven help forbid, kids. All right?
You've got to be careful
cooking.
where your influencing is coming from.
Yeah. I mean, like that influence, and that's what they tell you, that the life that you want. But really think about it. Do you really want that life alone? Go out competing with the world, also competing against other men as well. For what? Is it status that will give you satisfaction, or a level of achievement, and no children, no family, nothing, and come home, attend parties with your friends, and come home to an empty apartment? Because you're a strong, independent woman. You have your career. You won't have time to maintain a garden. That's the boring stuff. Strong women do not do gardening or cooking. It's a badge of honor not to be able to cook.
That's what a lot is now, isn't it? It's like virtually not many people know how to cook.
Yeah.
So they go to the
It's a lost
supermarket and they
skill.
take off a wrapper, and then they put it into a machine. They read the instructions, say, "Oh yeah, put it in this device and press play for 10 minutes or whatever," and that's it. It's done. There's your dinner.
Yeah.
But where's the nourishment? Where's the love in it? It's like where's the home cook's smell of home cooking or whatever? And that homeliness, it's void now, isn't it? It's in packet. It's convenient. It's fast. But it's void of substance. And that's basically like what we are in society today.
Yeah.
It's fast. It's convenient. It's got a nice wrapper. You can open up the box quick. You can get it from just about anywhere you want, just like a relationship. Yeah, you can get it from nearly any street corner, just about. And it's disposable once you think, and then sort of, void of nutrition.
Yeah.
And so I saw this video about one of the first thing that the guy asked women, like they were doing this dating, sort of blind dating and things. Oh, what's your job? What's this? Oh, what do you cook? Oh, yeah, I make the things, and but what do you cook and how do you cook it and all of that? And then it was, no, I don't cook. No, I don't cook. I'll maybe once or twice a week or whatever. But if you want food, there's plenty of places outside. You can just pull into a drive-through and just get food whenever you want. Why do you need me to cook? That's what she said. Why do you need me to cook? You just pick up something on the way home.
So she doesn't get it because she doesn't have time to cook, or she doesn't want to cook, though.
Well, that's what they say. Oh, I've got other things to do. I'm too busy to do it and all that. But But it's not the case, is
but
it?
yeah, no. So if that's the case, it's a way.
It's a mentality.
It's a mentality.
It's a me mentality.
Yeah, and so
you
do
know?
you want that type of mentality?
So if you're not bringing anything to the party, you're not serving anything, you're not bringing anything to grow something, then what are you? You're a burden.
Unless she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah, but even that, you know.
After a while, it wears off, and then you go.
That which initially attracts soon repels. Soon repels. The rub of love wears off. There has to be something greater. There has to be things, you know, and as you mentioned before, a lot of your discussions and things about astrology, I'm starting to see, in regards to relationships, that would be one of the key points to move to first, because it reveals things about the personality. It reveals that conflicts.
Yeah.
And I was a bit skeptical before, you know, like really.
Yeah, you were.
I have a lot of friends that are really into it, like not so much the Taoist side of things,
the Western astrology,
which is focused for relationship, not just in marital, but also business or whatever. But you know, when you see the things like horoscopes in the newspapers and what a lot of rubbish.
It's like for entertainment.
But it's been around for thousands of years, and there must be some spark to light the fire.
Otherwise, people
you have to have a spark to light the fire. Otherwise, people wouldn't be involved with it. And the people who are involved with it seem to be very intelligent in many instances. They can articulate it very well, or whatever. And that's one thing you notice about. It's all imprinted in the stars, isn't it? Like our personalities, our core personalities, getting right down to the core of it.
The core. Well, so different astrologies
have different functions.
Yeah, have different functions and look at different things.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one, you know, like if you go to see your psychic or your tarot, that's based on the energies of a now, not very far. They're going to feel the now. And then there's others, like particular Taoist astrology looks at the fundamentals. It's like looking at your genetics blueprint.
Yeah.
But that's why some people don't think it's accurate, because hang on, it's like well, you said on your reading that I won't get as good a year this year. Okay, but I'm doing great. I think it's just like you go, hang on, go to the geneticist. Hang on, you said that I'll get heart problems, but look, I'm fine. I run a marathon. But that's it's the potential, you see. Versus if you go, like I say in Western astrology, it's like. And the analogy is like going to the doctor and thinking, okay, I check your heart, everything. Oh, you're great, you're healthy. So they think that's more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas you have to understand the underlying issues. Just say, look, if you've got genetics for saying you're going to get for heart disease, but if you've lived a very healthy life and all that, be aware of that, live very healthy life, then you can avoid it. Then you can avoid it.
Well, if you've got the information, then you can work it out. You say, this is what I'm dealing with, and so I can structure some form of plan around that.
Yeah. So it's about being informed. Being informed and getting the information.
In relation to
relationships, it's really good. Like I'm saying.
And it shows where you've got clashes.
Yes, it certainly does.
Where's the clash in the persona?
Persona. And the thing about this, because this is underlying issues, so like people's base personality, very hard to change.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of the times in beginning of a relationship, they're all, okay, the signs are there, but sometimes we wear rose-colored glasses, we don't see them, we ignore it, and we think, that's the better qualities surpass that negative trait or whatever.
Or you try to talk yourself, convince yourself that it's not that important, it's not that bad.
It's not a game changer type of thing.
Until it becomes one.
Until it becomes one. But in the chart, it would be revealed.
It would be revealed. And that's, like I say, prevention is always better than cure. You know?
A pinch is better than a pound, apparently. A pinch of prevention, better than a pound of cure.
Yeah. So then they're taking the whole swath of medication, trying to fix it. You know, live a healthy lifestyle, then you don't need any meds. Okay, so
it's so difficult. This,
like avoid the wrong ones, then you don't have to go to marriage
avoid
counselling.
the wrong ones. That's the key. Is avoid the wrong ones. You know, that's the key. Avoid the wrong ones, and then how do you notice which ones are the wrong ones? Well, They're going out partying, getting drunk, and
But they're the ones that are exciting. They're the ones that you're likely to meet when you go out. You see,
Yeah.
the good ones don't go out party. So
they don't go out partying, so you don't see them.
So you see them, you don't get them in. And
You
if
don't
you
get
do,
to meet
no,
them.
that's boring.
Yeah.
We're dressing very plainly as well.
Yeah. Yeah, marriage material women's different than the one you'll find out in the nightclub.
I say, no, a lot of men say, I want a classy woman. So they're the ones all made up.
Yeah. But she's wearing war paint for a reason.
Yeah.
She's out for war. She's
For those that haven't cotton on, Bluey calls the makeup war paint.
No, that's the monkey. I was trying to do the Red Indian war paint. War paint. So they put the paint on their face.
Like the footballers, they put that black marker thing. I don't know what that is for. You must be very uncomfortable. The black.
Well, it's just if you get a black eye, then you don't see it, you see. Huh? Only joking.
Look, women's unrealistic standards versus men's realistic ones. Look, women reject men for a lot of things. Height, income, hobbies, opinions, and small annoyances. This is the thing that they say. They say that, look, women might have a checklist of all these things she requires in a man. And if a man just, say, meets just 80% of it, would she accept or reject? Say, now, though, she rejects because she's been built up by feminism to say, no, you deserve perfection. You deserve the man that you want.
Yeah.
Nothing less than that would do for you. So even if a man meets 80%, look, he might have the right income, being the right, earn a lot.
But he might be 3 inches too short.
Yeah, very caring, come from the right background, but be 3 inches shorter than what you want, your ideal.
Yeah, next.
Next,
swipe left or whatever it is.
Yeah. Whereas a man, on the other hand, meanwhile, men accept women with flaws, imperfections, emotional baggage, and average looks, as long as she's kind, loyal, supportive, and feminine. Would that be true?
Yeah.
For the most part. I guess the big thing is women demand 100% of their criteria of a man, but men may accept maybe, if she meets maybe 70% or 80%, still accept. Would that be true? Pretty much.
I'm not quite sure what the percentage ratios are, but
majority.
I get the sentiment.
That majority.
Sure.
She ticks majority of the boxes. Not every box.
Yeah.
Majority of the boxes. And true?
Yeah.
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 But women, it's got to be every box. Oh, this box he couldn't tick. Nah. Out. Next. That's that sort of thing.
Thankfully, I didn't meet her criteria. Thank God for that.
I think, Look, women need to rethink their 100% perfect man fantasy. One, that type of guy would have been in so much demand that he's already taken. Okay.
Yeah.
And secondly, that type of fantasy man, is he actually, well, it sounds all great and perfect, right for you though? Really think about it. And thirdly, that kind of perfect man, why would he pick you? Why would he pick you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point to see, isn't it? Like what's appealing about your own self
that he would pick you over someone more gorgeous than you are.
Yeah.
Or younger.
Would actually want to marry you.
And actually want to marry you.
Yeah.
So really think about it, ladies. Look.
Yeah. And if there is ladies out there listening who are on this, consideration, the key is I think we mentioned it once before, that we used to work with a sports guy before. And, the old adage from the sports trainer, our old friend, he said, if you're with relationship, if you're in relationship, forget a career in professional sports. Forget it.
Because it's distraction.
Because it's distraction. It will come to a point where it simply is that the attention that you're giving to your craft and your career, she becomes jealous of.
Yeah.
Because that is getting the focus and she's not getting any. She's not getting enough attention. Now, that sounds ludicrous. It sounds childish to the most part.
True.
But it's so true.
Yeah.
And here's the big question. Is it ever fulfilled? For example, if you devote, say, oh, okay, she's not getting enough attention, I'll have to give more. I'll give her more attention.
Yeah.
But she gets more attention. Does she want more again?
Yeah, more and more.
More and more until it never ends, until it's to total domination. And then some women even, I saw this video the other day, and it was our best friend.
Yeah.
And she had actually lied to say that she'd slept with her best friend's boyfriend because she wanted the boyfriend and her to split up because she wanted him.
She wanted the boyfriend for herself.
She says, he's too good for you. And so I thought I'd try to speed up the process a bit. And so if he dumps you, then I've got a chance with him.
She actually admitted that.
She actually admitted because it all came out, you see.
Yeah.
It was all, first and foremost, she kept this straight face and she was lying away. And then all of a sudden when she realized the game was up, she had to come clean. And I thought, my goodness, why would somebody scheme like that?
Yeah, and it's also...
People would scheme like that? They would have that level of motivation within. That's your friend. You know
what they say? They say that married men are actually in demand for women, because he's...
Don't doubt about that.
Yeah, because he's proven that he's responsible and loyal and devoted and a family guy. I want that type of man. Yeah. Versus a single guy where you don't know what.
And you know what else I saw? There was another one. It says you had to reveal to your partner some truth that they had no idea about previously. And you know what one woman said? That she actually put something in her guy's shampoo bottle to make him bald.
What?
Yeah, she put a chemical in his shampoo to make him bald.
And?
So that he wouldn't be appealing to other women.
So he wouldn't.
He wanted her. She wanted him bald.
Oh my goodness.
And he heard that and went, "You mean to say all that was going through is because you burned it off my head? Yeah, you destroyed, and
destroyed my head.
Yeah. So that's the level of
but
that
it's
is
also
serious. That's serious.
But it's also a reason why when women get divorced, I say they might have friends and they meet with their friends and couples and so forth. But once once she gets divorced, separates or divorced or breaks up, then a lot of them say they no longer get invited to those group meetings anymore.
No.
Yeah, because dynamics have changed, and also the other women are worried now she's going to target one of their husbands.
Oh, is that right?
That's the real reason.
No.
No more. You're not invited anymore. Without your own man, you're not coming close to ours.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But based on that story that you said that the woman, I don't blame them. You can't blame them, can you? Dear God, I mean, this woman may not have any intention of that.
Yeah.
But I guess the other women don't want to take a chance. They don't know what's in your heart.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That is unreal.
So
I'm glad I'm a bloke, honestly. I really am.
And you think you blokes have it tough? We women have it tough in other ways.
Yeah. It's superficial toughness. It's based upon principles that are just really quite horrible.
Yeah. But really, I have to say, women, look, are you filtering out the good men because social media tells you that you deserve a billionaire with abs?
Yeah.
With a six-pack?
Yeah, with an IQ of 190.
90 or whatever. But the thing
brings you flowers twice a week.
Well, someone like that want you. Which leads me to the next topic.
There's more topics?
The next issue, I should say, is what men would actually want in a wife. I mean, conversely, would they want you? So what do men would actually want in a wife? Like, men are simple, but not simplistic. Is that fair to say?
Men are simple but not simplistic.
Have simple needs and so forth.
Yeah.
But they're not that simple.
Yeah, well, look, there's in the male form, there's wide and varied as well.
Like women.
And there's also unsavory characters in the male form as well. Just as there's
Look, men. If I were to say, men want peace, not drama.
Yeah.
Respect, not attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Support, not competition.
Yeah. Support, not competition.
Yeah,
You
feminine-
become like a team.
Yeah, become a team. Why would someone want a competitor? Bring someone in to choose, just to be a competitor to them.
Yeah.
What for? It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting back to the sports story, so just to finish that off,
Yeah.
there was one instance where there was a guy and he was going for a world prestigious, like a very, very high position in the global stage in sport. Yeah. And he had a girlfriend. And normally that is a big no-no. But you know what she did? She was so smart. She was such a lovely person. But she was really on to everything. She had his bag packed every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knew exactly what he was going to eat and what he was going to drink and what he was going to need.
Sorted all out for
She
him.
had it all planned out. She had it, everything was there, provided, ready for him to go, as well as motivation. Now, focus. Focus. Today you've got to, this is your objectives, this is your things.
Exactly.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in
I
you,
believe
yeah.
you can do anything,
Okay,
and you can be
here's
the
all your
best.
lunch and
You
everything
can be
ready for
the
you.
greatest
Yeah.
if you just focus. You've got the ability. I know you do. I believe in you. You know what happens when that bloke walks out the door and drives towards training?
Feels great.
Man, he feels he can take on the world. He feels he can take on the world.
On the flip
and
side, though-
on the flip side, oh, you never, blah, 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 nagging, and he is, oh, you never take me anywhere, you always eat, sleep,
you're
train,
always
eat,
in
sleep, train, it's all boring, and all that. When he goes to training then, he's diminished.
Yeah.
He's not the same power. He's not the same power. He's not the same personality. You've delineated him. You've popped the bubble, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that is the key.
Yeah.
One woman you can't wait to marry.
Yeah.
The other woman you don't want to come home.
I do hope that woman that he can't wait to marry, that he actually marries her, rather than after he's made it, then choose her for no.
Choose another one.
Choose another
Well, that's
one.
the
I
big
need the
one.
trophy
Well,
now.
that's what a lot of women face, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of women face.
They build up a
them up,
man
and
like
then they get
the Trump,
discarded.
like the Trump, for example. I remember meeting these reporters from 60 Minutes, and they went over an interview of, the first wife of Donald Trump.
Oh, Ivana.
And they came back, and I met them in a restaurant, and they said to me, they just come off the plane after interviewing Donald Trump, and they said, she's the one with the brains. She says she's the one that holds everything all together. And but obviously the guy, whatever. But it was interesting how they said that.
That's very interesting.
And so he made a certain level. Once he got to that certain billionaire status or whatever, he went off with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, did
with
he?
all the young ones type of thing.
Yeah,
and
that's
she
what we
and what
heard,
happened to her?
Or we didn't have an affair with that Marla Maples.
Well,
Yeah.
that's I think
Yeah,
he
that
had.
was
I think he had quite a lot of affairs.
Yeah, but that was really, yeah.
But that was the thing. That was the turning point. Well, she had brought him up to that level, built
Yeah.
him up, or whatever, or helped anyhow. I mean, I'm sure he had his own skill set too.
Yeah.
But and perhaps even greater than hers. But there was a compliment. There was obviously there was
were
a
a team.
success ratio.
Yeah,
they were a
they were a
team.
team.
And then the moment that team
Broke.
then that's a whole different energetics, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You're bringing in someone else to take your position over as wife and mentor. And
I'll tell you, on the sports thing, I've heard of another sports star, a footballer, I think English footballer. Okay, he was a star. I can't remember what his name was, but he had a fat girlfriend, overweight girlfriend. He was fit and so forth, and people were just saying, why would you choose someone much better looking? You can do much better than her. Why hang around with a land whale? He said, no, she's the one that supported me when I had nothing, when I was a nobody.
Yeah, that's so
She
that's
was
what you'll get from a man.
Yeah.
Man,
Hopefully.
but that's what you used to get from many men. It was that level of loyalty.
Yeah.
If you notice that men, they'll follow the same football team for 20, 30 years, even though they lose all the time. Whereas if you notice a woman might follow one and then they'll jump to the next one that's winning. They'll jump to the winning team
or
or
one
whatever.
that's more popular.
One that's more popular.
Or one that her friends are all supporting instead.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. All right.
How tricky.
Continue. Okay. Men want femininity, not hostility. True? Yeah. Kindness, not entitlement.
Kindness, not entitlement.
Yep. Okay. A woman who inspires him and not drains him. Just like you say. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. A partner who believes in him, not criticizes him constantly. True?
Yeah.
And the problem is women often try to impress men instead of connecting with them.
That's the problem.
They say, see, I can do this too, like you, kind of thing.
And what the woman usually tries to do, not on all cases, but in many instances as an observation, she tries to bring... Yeah, and it's not just women, by the way. Men also do it too. I think it's a human characteristic and a negative one, perhaps. But you bring you try to bring the other person down in a way by showing that you have a superiority.
Yeah.
Like, that you can't exist in your life
without me. Yeah.
If I don't bring my intelligence to your life, you've got no hope of functioning.
But that's putting someone down.
You see, but then that person can't go to the sports field and become the MVP. He can't do it. You see, because he feels like he's been reminded that he's not good enough without that constant reminder of in many instances. It depends on your goals in life, but in many instances, a relationship will drag you away from it. Will delineate you from your objectives and to achieve. And yet, if you get it right, the opposite happens.
Yeah.
You can absolutely quantum leap and fast track that with the right person.
Yeah. On that, we'll go to a...
Sounds like we know what we're talking about.
That will go to some music, and we'll be right back with more.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. The Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again.
Do.
All right. Now on women, how to be marriage material. Well, next thing you've got to do is relearning femininity and partnership.
It's a big book. It's a great big book. It's a lot of study.
Femininity is not a weakness. They've got to get it out of their mind, you know. It is emotional intelligence, warmth, empathy, and creativity. You see how there are very few women with nowadays that are feminine. Seems like as the feminist movement.
Put your teeth back in.
As the feminist movement rises, women's femininity decreases. It's going almost like this. When women have a lot of women are feminine, then feminism is very low. You notice that? It's like almost like a seesaw.
I can't say I really have, but
seesaw. But you think about it, it is. And then femininity is seen as rubbish, as a weakness, so to speak. But hey, just remember, what do you women value about men? Masculinity. So what would men value about women? Femininity. So you want to attract one of them?
Yeah.
Be feminine.
Yeah.
And the thing is that modern culture shamed women out of being feminine. They're saying you're being a weakness. Cooking and all that. Oh, you're doing that. That's still cooking. And dressing up in skirts.
It's a disempowerment, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing about wearing makeup, you see some feminists that say, no wear makeup, no nothing. Men, really, as much as you call it war paint, you do like to look at a woman that's made up, man. There's an appreciation that she's dressed up. Let's say if she's dressed up nicely, but then her face is bare, then it just seems odd. Doesn't it? Like it's unfinished painting.
Well, it means it shows all your blemishes are on show.
I know. But then it kind of like say it's like
just like a bloke. A bloke's blemishes are all on show.
A man can get away with it. A woman can't. Look, even in a corporate setting, corporate life, if a woman has no makeup on, it looks like very unprofessional. Yeah. And the people who can judge her, like she would not have loud makeup. It's more of a neutral makeup to keep in a professional, but it's some makeup.
Yeah.
And then it comes to a point of professionalism.
Well, I remember my mentor always taught me in business. He used to say, when you're ironing your shirt for your suit, And when you're putting your suit on and when you're ironing it and things, that's your battle armor.
When you're ironing, there you go.
When you put that suit on, that's it. You're armored. You're out there for battle, type of thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I suppose we do it as well.
Yeah, we all do it. We're human. We do it. Yeah. And look, women think of it, really get this through, is that femininity attracts, masculinity competes.
Femininity attracts, masculinity
competes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like men. You compete with other men with the masculinity. But the femininity just attracts people. Yes?
Yeah.
It's not for competition. It's very, I say, non-threatening. And so now, look, partnership means cooperation, not keeping score. You know how women and actually some couples keep score.
It's unbelievable. That's one thing a lot of men talk about. It's like, how does she remember all these little details that we never even think about? Like, a man's the conversation's gone. I mean, that's it. That's the last thing the man thinks about it.
Yeah.
We don't sit there and brood about conversations.
But it's important if you
brood about nothingness.
If you've promised something.
Well, that's different.
You've got to remember. And then that conversation,
that's different. But I mean, there was an old saying they had these, like, I can't remember the full, they did a survey or a study, and they had like 100 men and they had 100 women. Yeah. And they were alienated in this room for like 8 hours with nothing to do, no form of entertainment. Yeah. They were stuck in the room for 8 hours. And then they did a questionnaire. And they asked the women, in that 8 hours you were stuck in that room with nothing to do, no phones, no distractions or whatever, what was going on in your mind? What were you thinking about? Well, when they asked the men, it was about money, sport, whatever, and, men things. When they asked the women, nearly all of them answered the same thing. What were they thinking about? And it was?
Last conversation? You were saying?
Previous conversations. They were brooding in the mind about, she said that. What did he mean by that? What was that mean? Then he did this, and then he said that. What did he mean by that? What was this? And it was all this, mental miasma going on. Yeah. About this mental gymnastics, about the conversations we had. Whereas I don't know for all blokes, but for most blokes, you have a thing with that, and this and that. Never think about it again. Yeah, g'day, mate. How you getting? They're off to think about the next thing or what we've got to do next. How do we bring that masculine charge to something? Or how do we build this? How do we build that? What have we got to do? We've got to pick this up, do that, go there, go there. We've got to leave at this time to get there at that time. Or whatever. That's what we think about. About previous conversations, about what did they mean by that and this and all of these little things that are just nonsense for the most part. Yeah.
All right. Now, hang on, Les. All right. Can I say that the number one quality men report wanting in a wife is emotional calm and kindness? Emotional calm is, very, very important. Very important. And one of the criteria that I've heard once before about what you should look for if you're going to choose someone for a wife. Yeah. One of the qualities is that you should really be observant about is, can she keep her calm under intense pressure or under stress? For example, if there's a room full of or several children crying all at once, does she lose the plot? Or can she keep the calm, keep her happiness, and be that motherly sort of feminine aspect? Or does she spit the dummy and just, and can't handle it, you see? And so you'll know a person's traits or personalities from pressure, from what life brings to them and how do they deal with it. Will they crack? For the most part, when they're in the dating game or whatever, in the honeymoon period, you won't see the flaws. They'll bite the lip to try to hide that aspect of it. Once they've got nothing to lose, once they've got the deal signed, then they can actually show a bit more of that ugly persona, you see. But until then, it's usually obscured. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's ways to find out how by a certain amount of pressure. There's screaming children, for example.
Yeah.
Does she handle it really well, or does she lose the plot and go
Yeah.
into reaction?
Okay.
If she goes into reaction, that's a red flag.
So is it right to say women underestimate how deeply men fear emotional volatility then?
Men don't really fear emotional volatility. They don't consider that.
Or is they
as
run
a-
away from it? They like kind of like do not like it, reject it
what
kind of thing?
most men are
women.
most men are aware of in many instances about the constant nagging, the constant, you know, they just can't, like women can't allow you to just sort of be in the home or be happy or whatever. They've got to have things for you to do.
Yeah.
They've got all these things ready for you to enact.
Enact.
Yeah, because they don't like you sitting around without
Doing something.
Without doing something.
All right. Yeah. We don't have that much time left.
Well, we don't.
But
Oh,
I've got
well,
more.
see how
I've got it.
see how she's stamping her authority.
Because I'm the host. That's why I'm in the chair. Okay. But I've got to get through this. Okay. Look, understanding men's fears. Look, am I right to say? I'll go through this. We'll have to go through it quite quickly. Yeah. Men fear being taken advantage of. Yes.
Yeah, and women too.
Yeah, women. I guess that's human nature.
Human nature.
Yeah. Fear of divorce courts. True?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
and
okay.
there was an old statistic that said that like 50% of marriages fail, and the other ones stay together because they can't afford to be divorced.
Yeah. All right, and fear of losing themselves in a marriage or in a relationship. Would that be true?
Fear of losing yourself.
Themselves.
Well, maybe what the fear is that
in a marriage,
we
marriage fears.
come into life with full of brim, vigor, and zeal, and ready to take on the world and take on life and bring something great to this existence, and then yet we get told or whatever, we get turned away from that by a mediocre existence where we've got to go and drive these machines or do some form of labor in order to make everything pay in the family situation.
Yeah.
And men, when you think about it, what they do, they get up, they go to this, they get knocks, they get hurt, they get bangs all the time, they're doing all these hard things, all to provide for other people rather than themselves.
So it's also a fear of failing as a provider as well. Yeah.
I don't know about...
And of constant criticism, yeah. But how you do? Don't like the constant criticism. That's
Well,
like,
yeah,
that's
that's right.
to nagging.
Who does? Even
Yeah.
women don't like that.
No one does.
No one does.
Yeah, so women who...
But there is a
think about-
trait that women, it's
Nag a
sort
bit
of
more.
known that women nag more than men.
And so women, look, you can ease these fears by appreciation, consistency, realistic expectations, respect and loyalty, yeah?
Well, what's in the usual response from that?
Yeah.
When they bring in forth this nagging and you're no good enough and you're terrible and you're rubbish and all
Yeah.
of that. Well, what does the man usually just keeps silent. He just zones out and thinks about the football. Doesn't even hear a word what she's saying, really, for the most part, because he's just a lot of failed communication. But
Yeah. But ladies, really, you must evaluate what you really, truly want. I mean, look, are you chasing what makes you happy, or what feminism and social media tells you that you want? Really? I mean, like, do you really need a CEO, a millionaire, a man over 6 feet tall, constant excitement, Instagram-worthy lifestyle? Or do you actually want a loving partner, a peaceful home?
stability,
Yeah, a present
dependability,
father, and long-term commitment.
yeah,
You know,
integrity.
Yeah, integrity, all that. You know, do you really think you'll have a happy life with a CEO or millionaire? You know, you give you options. You may not have to work, but your relationship, would you feel loved and valued? Is that what's important for you? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give out some questions for our listeners to think about,
Questions for the listeners to think about?
Yeah, issues for listeners to think about. Look, for women, do you really like men, or do you feel guarded or resentful?
Are we going to do it like a test so we can get everybody to send their papers in so we can mark them?
Yeah.
You go to the top of the class.
Yeah. And ladies, are your standards really, think about it, realistic, or you're expecting perfection? And has feminism helped or harmed your dating life? And what do you truly want? Independence or partnership? Independence, go it alone. It sounds great, strong, independent woman. I can do everything or anything I want and so forth, go places, not have to be tied down. But yeah, what it also means is you'll be alone. So if you encounter trouble, no one else to depend on, no one else to help you. I say, I can depend on myself. Really? Are you a jack of all trades? You can do everything?
And even if you're doing it and focused on a career, but you're in some type of corporate job or whatever, you got to realize that these jobs can be here today and gone tomorrow.
Absolutely.
If you're going to be in that position, you're best to try to get your own business, so then you can't sack yourself.
Okay, that's a business thing. Actually, we might do a show on doing the business and
it's very important
because corporate career and
because then you get a basis, you get a freedom from that, and then you have a level of.
And this is what parents should be teaching their kids. And I think that is something that we will talk about, because it's coming up to, the children would have received their school marks already after finishing school, and now they're deciding what career that they're going to do. Yeah. It's a very crucial stage. So I think that we'll cover that in a later show. It's very important. Now for men, really think about what makes a woman wife material in your eyes. What feminine...
Well, loyalty is one.
Yeah. What feminine qualities do you value most?
Nurturing.
Nurturing?
Yeah, being nurtured.
And do you feel women today understand men?
I don't know about today. I don't know if they ever have.
Yeah, I say today. True. Well, we'll cover some of that, so hopefully women can understand men a bit better.
Yeah, a famous psychologist said about women, he says, women actually don't know why they behave that way themselves. Yeah. Because if you look at a man's persona, for the most part, he's pretty much stable. He's the same emotionality yesterday, same today, same tomorrow. Pretty much.
Consistent, yeah.
With a few slight variances here and there, but usually you'll find a man is pretty much the same every day. Yeah. He's the same person. I know what you mean. Whereas a woman, you don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. You can get the nasty, thing, or you can get the bright, bubbly, happy, makes a gloomy day feel bright. Yeah. But so you don't know what you're going to get. A woman's like an emotional roller coaster. Mm-hmm. She's up at 1 minute, and then the next minute she's down. And they don't know why themselves for the most part, and they're based on different hormones, isn't it? A women have got hormones, and a bloke has got, I don't know, big muscles.
But anyway, and if you are a part of a couple, I just want you both to just think about what behaviours strengthened your marriage the most. So and think about that. And then keep it going.
From a woman would be home cooking. Yeah. Yeah. Cooking from scratch. Not getting a packet, opening it up, boiling
instant
it,
noodles
whatever.
Or
cooking
pasta.
From scratch and getting that smell out in the house. Yeah. And when a guy walks in the home, he's going, oh. Wow.
Want to come home all the time. Yeah. When I come home, that's what I get. Yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to coming home.
Looking forward to coming home. Yeah.
So on that, I'm going to close. I'm going to leave you with this. Look, if women want love, they must first understand men and understand themselves. Also, like you're saying, real happiness doesn't come from chasing perfection or following a feminist script. It comes from choosing partnership, kindness, femininity, and a man you genuinely like and respect. Okay? I'm Miss Dragonfly. This is the Relationship Whisperer. Let's make marriage great again by helping women become women that men want to marry, not just date. True? As a man?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming in again today, Bluey, and providing the counterbalance, the men's side. And look, one thing is for men, training men and telling men, teaching men that they need to really focus on what they need in a woman.
Yeah, careful you don't marry the wrong one.
Yeah, marry the wrong one. But women, you also have to think about, you want marriage, you want a man to pick you, to propose to you. You have to be the type of woman that he would want to propose to. You can't demand marriage. You demand that CEO pick you and marry you. You can't.
That's right. And also you can't demand that they're going to want to be with you over...
someone
through
else.
The years.
Yeah,
through the
years.
Come hell
or high water.
And all the hard things that life presents is...
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's tricky.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening in. A reminder to follow me on Facebook. I have 2 Facebook pages, Miss Dragonfly.
She's two-faced.
Make Marriage Great Again. Okay.
But she's got a great book.
Yeah. Please follow me on both of you can, because I post different things on the pages, but at least follow one. And a reminder you can download your free copy of my book, Your Complete Partner. How to choose the right partner for love and marriage for a lifetime. So if you're actually looking for the serious deal and thinking about what you need, have a read of this, especially if you don't know what you need. Like I say, most people don't know what you need. But it is quite
expensive. It's a bit expensive, that book, isn't it?
Yeah. The free price, eh?
Free? Free?
Okay.
Wow.
And so thanks again for coming in. Like I say, and don't forget to tune in same time next week
for the hard truths for
soft hearts.
And that's with an H, not with an F.
Yeah. So until then, everyone, it's bye for now.
Bye.